And we're back with our next guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Cara Foster, and I am the director of events here at the Federal.
And as
Awesome.
it comes on
And is
screen, the Federal.
The
Federal.
ominousness.
I don't feel like it's ominous. I think it's kind of stately.
Yeah. Yeah.
How it looks.
Federal, stately.
ominous.
I like that.
Yeah. It's very
I got puns.
government.
Yeah.
But that would probably be the only one. Now that I said that,
Yeah.
they're all
that's
gone.
it. That's
We
a wrap on the
just
puns.
lost it. Well,
So I have a question to get started on our interview portion. So you said you're the event specialist?
Director.
of events.
Director of events.
Yes.
So how did you get started doing this? Like what kicked it off for you?
Working at the Federal?
Yeah.
Well, I actually approached the team that operates this building because I have such a deep love for this particular building and Prescott in general.
It is beautiful.
And I asked them if they needed any help.
And they were like,
And
yes.
They were like, yes, please.
do you have any history with this? Like, what's your history with this building? Like, where's your draw
so
to
glad
that?
you asked. Actually, my husband brought me to this building on our second date.
Aw. What was it
Because-
then?
Well, I love old buildings, and on our second date after dinner, he said, I have to show you the best building in town. And literally just showed me the post office.
It is cool in there. I ain't gonna lie. The first time I
It's a
stepped foot
cool
in there.
post
And that's all
office,
that was
yeah.
open. You know, like it's open 24 hours, the post office part is. And I fell in love with the space. I mean, the facade of this building's amazing. It was started in the 1930s.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
1931,
like
wasn't it?
got some real historical Prescott value to it. And when they offered me the job, I couldn't take it fast enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely love being here.
Well, other than loving it, what's your favorite part about working at this venue? Because I know upstairs, like all the floors they're solid wood. They're that old like wood slat style.
Yeah.
It's very vintage up
Yeah,
there.
well, all of it's original.
Yeah.
So even the floor in the courtroom, which I call the ballroom, but originally that was a courtroom. That's cork flooring that they exposed, and it's original
Oh,
to the
wow.
building. I love the art, like I call it Art Deco, but that's not the correct period of time. But the painting in there is absolutely stunning. My favorite room in the building is probably the judges' chambers.
Ooh.
It still has that feeling of like prestige, like you feel really important when you're in that space, and the layout's beautiful. It's got great original furniture in it. I love the Prescott like background.
Yeah,
noise.
right.
Gotta have
right.
that big truck in the
Yep.
background.
Well, actually, that was a 50s car sedan.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
That was a
I like
nice,
that. I do like that better.
Nice two-door coupe,
A two-do coupe.
little deuce coupe.
The history of it is really just like it's a strong pull to you.
Yeah.
So is what you're saying.
Yeah,
is-
absolutely. I mean, like that's what got me in the doors.
Mhm.
But now that I'm in the doors, I love the events that come through. We have a lot of really cool
Yeah.
music that comes through. The space really is open to a plethora of different things.
Mhm.
What do you
So-
have coming up
Yeah.
over in the new year?
Well, right now we have the rave tonight.
Yeah, the laser.
Right.
Winter
Winter
Laserland.
Laserland?
Winter
Yep.
Laserland. Wrapping up 2024. It's going to be pretty quiet. We do have the Candlelight series coming through. That's really awesome. They put literally 3,000 LED candles in that room,
Oh wow.
and they have a string quartet that plays.
Ooh.
So that one's going to be it's a tribute to Taylor Swift. That's going to be super awesome. The two previous have been amazing. They're coming back again in January and again in March. We love those. And then we have some other events that are going to be happening down in the postmaster's office, which is my second favorite space because it has the original safe
Oh wow.
from when the postmaster worked in that space. And that's a beautiful statement piece in that room. It's got the wood floors. It's got these crazy high ceilings, beautiful windows. We're going to start doing movies in that room, and that's going to be like a craft and cinema night.
Ooh.
We're working with Prescott Show Business. They are like a local video store in town that's kind of like a video library.
Mhm.
And we'll be doing those on the fourth Wednesday of every month. And we are also going to be opening up kind of like a little pop-up speakeasy in there every now and then.
Are you talking like vintage movies, like 20s and 30s or 40s and 50s? Or are you talking like more like in the last 40, 50
Modern
years of
style.
cinema?
Yeah, so we will go as far back as the 30s.
Ooh,
Like we're trying to go as far back as we can, get some really original films that you can't just pick up on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's the
Right.
goal, is to have things that you can't just find streaming anywhere.
I was actually talking to my wife about this and how there's a need for that, because you think about a movie you haven't seen in a while, and then you Google, where can I stream this? And it's like, oh, you can't. You have to rent it for $30 on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah. So, and they have such an amazing selection over there at Showtime, Show Business. Over at Show Business. Bing bong.
Yeah. That's okay. You know, it's something you might, I don't know, just throwing it out there, something to consider. Maybe go back to some of those silent era movies and actually
like
bring in a
Charlie
pianist
Chaplin.
to perform and play to it.
Like
I
live.
like the pitch. I'll talk to my boss about it.
Yeah. Is that, honestly, I
She's like,
think
"Give
in
me
this
ideas."
town, you could get a few people for sure to line up for that. Because
Absolutely.
I would want to see that. A couple old Charlie Chaplin movies.
I could get down with
Pull some of the ones from, what's that French guy, Millet or whatever, the guy who did the first movie with the moon, the
one
Moon
that
Man,
the Smashing Pumpkins video was kind of like modeled after.
Yeah,
right? From
yeah.
Tonight
There's a
Tonight.
lot
Yeah.
of references to that. Lumiere, that's it. What did I say? Mouliere? I said it like reversed. Anyway.
That's all right. So other than the history behind it and just the setting of it, what is your favorite part about the venue? Like when it comes to having people in there and having an event.
Like the energy that comes with having an event there.
I think that my favorite energy comes from the couples that get married
So
in the space.
The wedding venue.
Yeah, as a wedding venue, that for me is my absolute favorite. I have a lot of background in that industry in particular, so offering this space for that's my absolute favorite.
No, that's pretty awesome, because that, like, getting married somewhere that was almost about 100 years old, being able to be up there, be a part of it, be on the original floor where all those criminals walked on. It's amazing.
really brings the vibe of like,
sure
I'm
does.
getting married.
Okay,
It brings the ball and
okay,
chain vibe.
Okay.
That's the real
Okay.
ball. No, okay.
Look, you have the option to get married at the courthouse or at
Right
the
down.
original courthouse,
I like it.
Yes.
I like
right?
it.
Like,
Those are some
Come on,
real
that's
gangsters
like-
that were up there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
The hardened ones.
They actually had a literal ball and chain around their ankle, dragging it through and pleading to the
sometimes when the lights are out, you can still hear that.
So we're gonna move on to our game
rubber
topic
knees.
roulette.
You will probably be visited by 3 ghosts tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going home to my wife and 2 kids.
Wow, shots fired.
Dude, she better not listen to this one.
No,
this
she
one's
doesn't,
dead.
thank goodness.
So I'm gonna have you go ahead and click our topic wheel, get you started with our predetermined questions.
Oh gosh. I just,
Clicky,
Just give it a
clicky.
click.
oh, click.
Yeah.
Tap.
Just
I'm at-
tap it.
Tap.
Tap
Ooh.
it.
Yay, I was hoping for
Conspiracy
conspiracy
theories.
theories.
Conspiracy theories.
You want to start it off,
Wow,
John? We got some good ones.
Let's go with a fresh conspiracy theory.
Okay.
The drones on the East
Yeah.
Coast.
What's up with this?
What is your personal belief? And make it conspiratorial.
Yeah. Make it
So,
a-
like, I have to act like I'm a believer?
And
'Cause
whatever
that's
you
not
want to
gonna- I mean,
believe.
that's not going to
Whatever
be
it is,
hard.
yeah.
But, okay.
Is it like just humans flying normal drones or like?
Is it foreign actors?
Yeah.
Is it-
I've tapped in a little bit to a friend that lives in New York who's promised me this is absolute garbage.
Okay.
So clearly she's wrong. Like, she knows nothing about anything. I think it's teenagers. That's where I'm going to
Really?
go with that.
Teenagers?
I think it's teenagers or maybe someone like in their early 30s, which is kind of like a teenager to me. So I think that I think it's someone having a good time.
Baby over here.
Hey,
I think,
hey.
I think it's just someone having a good time. Like the videos that I've seen, it reminds me of the old arcade games.
What,
Like-
mission. What is that?
Like Space Link?
old.
Like the
Space
Space
Invader?
Invaders,
Oh,
Galactica
yeah.
kind of stuff. Like it
Like the old
reminds
school
me
beep,
of that. So
Hey,
Galaga.
but-
I think it's just someone having fun.
Yeah.
So are they
I mean,
just,
why would the government ever lie to us?
Yeah.
no,
It certainly isn't them.
Well, that's
I
not
mean,
very
that would be
conspiratorial
crazy.
of you, is it?
That would be crazy.
See, I think-
Listen, the FBI guy that watches my phone asked me to say that.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
want to put
He
that
sent
out
a
there.
text.
I don't care who watches my phone. I think it is the government
Doing what?
operating brand new tech that they got from unidentified flying objects landing in Roswell.
But do you
They-
really
it
like
seems
that's
kinda
the,
crazy.
that's the maximum potential of the technology
As
that
that
we're
as
going to get
far as
from
it
Roswell?
goes?
Like,
Oh, we don't know what's inside those drones.
Ooh.
We only know the physicality of these giant SUV drones that could be manned by people or by unidentified people.
Beings?
I don't
By
know. Yeah.
unidentified people.
They escaped Area 51
Wow, that was-
aliens?
I tried. That one failed miserably.
Yeah,
I'm-
I was
just-
really
yeah.
ready for it. Like
I
I felt like
know.
the build up, I was there, and then you just
I-
lost me.
I'm gonna switch this one.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go from less technological conspiracies to what do you think deja vu is? Literally, I am so curious.
No Matrix references.
It's like it is too much for me to handle when I get that little, whatever it is. I don't know. What do you think
that-
it is?
The video of something that's already happened that replays in your brain.
Yeah,
right.
and you're like, I've been here.
So I have two thoughts on that. They aren't very like conspiracy theory, but
That's
like
irony
well,
that you
like,
have two thoughts on deja vu.
Wow.
This is too meta. This is too much.
Too meta.
Oh my gosh. I think that that's a sign to you that you're on the right path. That's
I
what
like
I've always
that.
thought about seeing a deja vu. Like,
actually like
okay,
that.
this is the path that
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be on. The other thought that I have is based on the multiple worlds theory.
Oh, like the
Where,
universe,
like,
like multiverse.
Multiple
Multiverse.
universe. Yeah, where like something there's like a little crossover
crossover
in the
time-space
timeline. Yeah,
continuum.
that's the other thought that I have on that.
It's a rip.
But I'm still working on the flux capacitor, so I'm not sure
Right.
about
We gotta
space
get
travel
Doc.
and getting all that
We
figured out.
gotta get Doc
right?
down.
Yeah.
You can order a working one online.
Can you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it works. Lights up and everything.
Beep beep beep.
Beep boop beep boop. Boop boop beep.
What is the
Marty,
crazy?
you gotta come back with me.
I was really just enjoying you guys devolving to robot sounds.
Yeah, right.
Like I thought that was
It's-
the best part.
We're
so
going
far.
back
That was
to our
really good.
programming.
Yeah.
That's very futuristic.
Yeah. I was waiting for a Ninu Ninu, but it didn't happen.
No, we don't go
Beeps,
back to
boops. Yeah, it
Mork
doesn't
and
go
the
back
Nino.
that far.
Mork
All
Z.
right.
You got another one, John?
I do. And I'm going to go more complex again, but ancient.
Ooh.
Who do you think built the pyramids? And let's not go racial here.
Well, no,
What?
I
What? Since when?
I've never put much thought into the pyramids, only because I feel like it's such a magical, it's such a magical place. It's almost like I also don't think about Stonehenge. I just feel like there are some things that I don't want to know.
You don't need
so
to
I
know.
don't.
It's just too
something
much.
magical that happened.
The
But
unexplainable
obviously
can
alien.
stay.
I mean, but obviously it was aliens.
Yeah.
Obviously. it was
Like
aliens.
yeah,
obviously.
those stones are too
It was
big.
aliens coming down and whipping slaves to pull bricks.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't think that.
No? Well,
No.
that's like the
I think that's.
consensus among
I
historians.
think that what's left.
Is it?
Except for the UFO, the
Yeah.
alien part.
Yeah,
That was
I
a
gonna
stretch.
say.
Yeah.
I think that what's left are the pyramids, and there was probably something
More
far
to it.
more vast that had been there, had predated humans probably.
Okay.
So like pre-humans, like
Yeah.
like they de-evolved. We de-evolved into what we are now. But we-
Devolved is the word, not de-evolved.
Devolved.
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 Like,
We devolved into what we are
Unevolved.
now. So maybe we were just bigger and we were just like able to be like,
I don't think that. No. I think that before humans were there, the aliens had made something, right? Like maybe
yeah.
there
like
was like a
before
more
the 8 people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was just something that was already it was already there, but
Whipped
it's
up.
eroded over time, and that's what's left. Like the city of Atlantis.
oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
That's good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You
You don't know the
know?
city of
Oh my
Atlantis?
gosh. Gee, really? You're going to believe me?
Boo. Boo.
I am so unbelievable right now.
Oh my
You are.
gosh.
You are.
Literally.
All right. I think we got one more. I
Oh,
have one more
okay.
that I want to do. So, there's some talk around the internet and just around the
setting this
world.
one
Got
up
me
really
nervous.
good.
I know. I got
Yeah.
real nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some
So
talk.
there's people who believe, and I want to know if you believe this. Are there any places on the earth that are fake? Like, I've heard that Australia is fake and Australians are fake. and
Gosh,
they're
I
paid
really hope
actors.
not. My younger brother lives in Australia, so I really hope.
I've been to 3 ports
Oh,
in
that's not
Australia, so
right.
I could say that
Yeah,
that's
Well,
But
maybe
I
not
know what
Australia.
I know what you're talking about
Yeah.
because there is still an underground theory about Australia is fake and all the governments are conspiratorially connected to lying to everybody about Australia.
Well, this is kind of like the Antarctica thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like where people think that like and either it doesn't
It's
exist
just like
or
an ice wall.
we don't have access to it because the government's keeping us out of there and wee wah woo wah.
It has nothing to do with how
That's where
cold
they
it gets at
found
night. Nothing to do
Where
with
they
it.
found the alien technology to build the pyramids.
Yes.
I
I mean,
think
Transformers.
I think it would. It's okay. I'm used to men talking over me. I mean, it's just like a thing.
Wow, that hurt.
I think that there. It's more likely there are places on Earth that we have not discovered than there's places that we're just making up.
That's
Okay, fair enough.
I can get behind that.
So we have not discovered Australia yet.
I mean, I don't. I'm gonna call my brother as
We've
soon as we're
named
done.
it,
I'm
though.
gonna call him and please FaceTime me. Show me the kangaroos. I want to make sure you're still in the place. Yeah.
They're robots, just
They're
like
robots.
the birds.
Yeah.
I think that's
Wait, are all
Did we
birds
call-
robots? I thought it was just pigeons. Is it all of them now?
No, the pigeons are surveillance robots. The other ones are just like there to make us think that they
They all have
exist.
different functions.
Yeah,
Got it.
they all have different
Got
purposes.
because if there was only pigeons,
Okay, so
Yeah.
what
Then it
are
would be
the
weird.
Gives it away.
what are the
That would be
crows
weird.
doing?
Being smarter than everybody.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
they're
noticed
Oh my
that. Yeah.
gosh! I just watched a video about how smart crows really are, and this guy put him through a gauntlet of 8 different tests that kids couldn't figure out.
Well, they're children.
And
you met
crows
them?
have brains like a minuscule bit of what a child's brain is.
Yeah.
And it's amazing with these kids, these crows. See what you did to
Yeah,
me.
I see
All
what
right.
I did. Look what I've done.
I think John's done.
I think I'm done.
I think that's
I
it.
just fried my stack.
Cara, thank you for coming on. We really
Happy to be here.
appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Glad that you had us here at this amazing location. It's absolutely gorgeous, and we hope that it brings you guys some more customers.
Do you have
some-
hashtags?
Yeah.
Do you have social media presence?
Oh yeah, we definitely have ye old timey Instagram
Mhm.
and the Facebook.
The Facebook.
The Facebook,
Yeah.
and it's the Federal for both of those, and our website is thefederalvenue.space.
Sweet.
The federal.venue.space.
Go check them
Nice.
out. Go book your wedding.
Come down and visit. Take a look at the post office.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
for
Yeah.
putting me in my place.
Yes.
Anytime, any day.
We'll be right back with our next take. Welcome, my man. Go ahead and
Yo.
introduce yourself.
Yo, it's Lionel Ray Music, your boy from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yo, welcome to Prescott. How you thinking of it? Like, how you feeling?
Yo, it's
here?
beautiful out here.
Isn't
I love
it,
coming
dude?
up north.
Yeah, man. It gives you that different vibe from the city, I'm sure.
Yo, I won't lie, I'm a city boy, but like you gotta get out.
Yeah,
Sometimes
dog.
you gotta smell the clean air, get the trees, and
Dude,
you
it's
know, get
fresh
some
out
sunshine
here.
in your system.
It's fresh out here. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into our topic roulette game.
Bet.
It's got a bunch of topics on it. You spin that wheel, it'll
Okay.
choose your topic, and we're all set. You just go ahead and click that white button. Super segment. We haven't gotten this one yet, so I'll give you a little rundown of the super segment.
All right, bet.
So the super segment is where you pick a superpower. I get to pick your weakness, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll just go back
Okay.
and forth. We'll talk about them. So
Okay. I
Hit
actually
it
know
off.
my answer to this.
hit it off.
My superpower would be empathy.
Empathy. Dang.
Yeah.
That's deep. So, if your superpower is you're the most empathetic person, or like
Yeah.
how does it work?
I think it would work where not only can I feel people's emotions and like what's affecting that emotion to happen, but I can also affect the change in those emotions. So, you know, if I were a supervillain, then I can make people mad, sad, or whatever. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. But I'd have that power to just kind of manipulate how
Like
people
alter
feel,
their feelings.
but also feel it, which would suck. But at the same time, like,
So, whenever you get into a relationship with someone you're close with, you feel 3 times the emotion that you
Yeah.
do. So when they're angry, you're 3 times as angry as
yeah,
them.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Because that would be tough, man. If you have someone that you love and you feel that they don't love you no more, ooh.
Man, and if
Ooh,
you pay attention to stuff, or even if you don't, like with having that as a superpower, which I feel like it's something that I deal with on a day to day, really paying attention to the nonverbal cues and things like that people give off. It's almost like clairvoyance, you know, like you can feel when there's a shift.
Yeah.
And
if you're paying attention to
Yeah.
the little details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think more people should have more sensitivity to empathy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we all go through the same things. Like a lot of
Yeah.
the times we're all having shitty days. We're all having, good days. We're all dealing with relationships, jobs, family members, whatever
Right,
it may
right.
be. And, when you have that moment of like, maybe there's someone else going through the same thing, you're less of an asshole to others.
Yeah, no, dude, 100%. I've caught myself in like a shitty day and just been like, dude, that person might have it worse than me. Like,
Yeah.
they could have just lost their friend. And
Yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe that's why he was an asshole in the McDonald's line. Like, I don't know, man. So that's a beautiful thing. I think that is the coolest superpower I have heard on the super segment. Not even going to lie. That is, like, real. So, dude, I dig that one. You want to spin again?
Yeah, let's
I'll
do it.
let you spin again since it was a short super segment. And go ahead, run it.
All right, what we got?
We got technology.
Technology.
So you are a DJ, as
Yes.
I've heard. Go ahead and shout yourself out first of all.
Lionel Ray Music on everything, every platform,
Everything.
anywhere you want to go to get your music, whether it's Tidal or Pandora or SoundCloud or anything, Spotify. It's all Lionel Ray.
So to our listeners out there, go check out Lionel Ray Music.
Yeah, please
hit
do.
him up, give
Thank
him
you.
a follow. We appreciate you for coming on, but I'm gonna hop into this one, dude. The internet. Could you live without it? Like, do you think it's healthy the way we have like consumed internet now? Do you
Here-
think it's a good thing, positive thing, negative thing? What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on the internet is with if you look at the times, wherever technology is the basis of like the foundation of life. That's how you live. When you just had the plow, everything in life worked
Mm-hmm.
off of being able to grow and plant fields and crops and do all of those things.
Yeah, yeah.
And we live in this age where everything is so fast and people have, what I don't believe
Disconnected
is
almost
real,
even,
but
yeah.
ADHD, ADD, and all these things. And it's just because our brains are wired to think fast. Anything you can learn, anything you do comes from training.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Our entire
100%.
life has trained us and the generation after us for a fast-paced life.
Mm-hmm.
And the internet is the only thing that can keep up with it. So in a positive way, like it can keep up with the fact of how people move. And as long as you temper and manage how you get your information and the type of information that you're letting in, there's nothing bad about being able to have, a grasp on anything you want. Go
Right.
to YouTube and learn how
Yeah,
to do
man.
this. Go to here and learn how to do that, and be able to see videos and talk to people. Like
Yeah,
that
it's a
bridges
tool.
so many gaps. Where it is bad is people who know how to manipulate
Mm-hmm.
or who have a negative connotation to how they move.
Yeah, man.
And like with freedom of speech and all the things like that, it's so hard to manage how people want to project themselves or project their what they're thinking or their agenda. And it sucks because at the same time I believe as a grown man I have no right to tell another grown man how to live his
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
or how to manage his kids. But that's why we have laws and rules
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes.
No, I feel
Sometimes you got some good laws and rules that can kind of manage those things, but for the most part, I think we do a terrible job at everything because of freedoms.
Yeah, man. We are very free, and the internet provides a place that like is none other. Like there is almost infinite possibility with the internet.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's all up to our users. How you use it, what you're using it for. You can make a really big positive influence on the internet.
Yeah.
No,
That's that's a very clear statement, but it gets mucked up with reality because reality is, when people get into these spaces, they don't go into the space looking at the space itself.
Yeah.
It's like when you're looking at a car, you expect it for what it is. When it's your car, you think about it differently. And I think people go into the internet, go into these places thinking of themselves like it's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And the sensitivity level nowadays is so low that it's so easy to piss someone off. It's so easy to make someone angry. It's so easy to cross a line. And some things are just terrible and you probably shouldn't do them. But at the same time, like me personally, if I don't like something, click. delete,
Yeah, exactly.
hit the
I'm
X
done
button in the
with
top
it, you
corner.
know?
Like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, bet. I'm not about that life.
I'm gonna move on.
Yeah.
And that's when you got to know when to put it down. And I
Yeah.
think that's the hardest part is people have become so like integrated with it, having it in their phone. Like I have it on me 24/7.
Yeah.
Whatever I want to look up, I can look it up. So knowing when that power is too much.
Yeah,
and
but
when
that's a
to put
great
it down.
tool, and that's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
that's a great aspect of life to have nowadays, where you can literally be anywhere and get any information or access anything that you need to be able to get to where you want to be next.
Yeah.
You know, and if that's the thing, or to make yourself happy, or to make yourself sad if you want, you know, or you're in a bad
For
mood
real.
and you want to look at, you know, some videos or listen to some music that fits your mode so that you can be comfortable in the space that you're in. You should have the right to be able to do that. When I'm sad, sometimes I want to listen to sad music.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's
and
why
that's
we have
fine.
those artists is
And
to
I can-
like connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, again, I think where more people want to put sanctions on things or make rules about things, it's like, yes, there should be some type of safety net that allows people to say, like, we won't go past this certain mark. But at the same time, if no one watches you, how much exposure do you really get? And that's the problem. Like, there's so many people who will go and see something that they don't like on the internet. Oh, I heard this. I heard this video was out. I heard that.
Right.
Well, from hearing it, I can tell that's not something I want to look at. So I'm not going to go search for it to look at it and say, yes, I agree with you. That was awful.
And you
Like,
have that choice.
if a million
Yeah.
people just watched a crappy video or went and found some information that is false or anything like that, like, you're adding to that cannon fodder. If you really want to, like, not produce, you know, a room for things like that to live, that means we have to kill the room. And then people don't have that space to live in.
Right. And it's like taking away from their aspect of their life.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to smash some Play-Doh
Yeah.
that they built because you didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know, and
Especially if it's not harmful.
yeah, 100%.
If you don't agree with me, that's fine. That's the beauty of the country
Right.
that we live in.
Yeah.
At least our country, you know, being able to disagree about things is the beauty of growth, is the evolution,
100%.
conversation.
100%.
Like-
Just like what we're doing right now, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And dude, you killed it on this. I'm not even gonna lie. This has been a great conversation. I
Thank
wish
you.
we had more time to keep talking.
Thank you.
But go ahead, give yourself one more shout out. Lionel Ray Music.
Lionel
Go
Ray Music.
find him.
Yeah, please
Go
do.
listen. And once again, we're back with the Curbcast, my man. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? My name's Gabriel.
Nice to meet you, Gabriel. I'm Asher. We're here playing Topic Roulette in front of the Winter Laserland, the Federal. They got us hosted here. So I'm going to hop right in. Go ahead and tap the screen
All
for
right,
me, boss.
Let's do it.
Let's see what we got. We got relationships. Are you in a relationship right now, man?
I am.
Heck yeah. How's
Yes.
that going?
It's going pretty good.
You
I'd say so.
Yeah, right on, right on.
I'd say so. It's
So,
just running up on 3 years.
dude,
so.
congratulations. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. What's been the best part, you think? Like, what's the fuzzy feeling you get
I think
from
the
being
be-
in a
I
relationship?
think the best part's been building a life.
Yeah,
Been building a life for sure.
that's cool, man.
Phased out of that young age life stuff.
Yeah, the
so
dating around and
Yeah.
fooling around.
we've got our plans. We're putting our future together, and we're
That's
working
cool.
towards it. You know.
That feels good, I'm sure. Like when you
Yeah.
start building something for yourself and for someone else to take care of a
Yeah.
family future.
No, and we got kids. So,
Oh yeah, exactly. So
we do it together.
even that, man. How is it being a dad? I'm very curious.
Well, she has 3 kids from a previous
Mm-hmm.
relationship, and we have one of our own. So definitely, I went from 0 to 3 right off the bat,
Mhm.
and that was a real test of patience.
I
That was
can
a
believe
real
that.
test on many levels, and then getting the one of our own to just add to the group as well has been a real test of just expectations.
Mhm.
You know, knowing expectations of people.
Yeah.
So you know what do they know and what they don't know? It's crazy.
Also learning with them, you know, it's a
Yeah.
process, and
Oh,
it
for
seems
sure.
like, you know, as you're growing up, they're growing up. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's kind of
Yeah.
eye-opening to watch someone go from taking their first steps to saying their first words, and
Yeah.
you're like, dang, like I was just there, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, or just some of the questions they ask too. Like
Yeah.
our oldest, who's 8, some of the questions he's asking, and it's just like, damn, I would have never thought of that. Or,
Yeah.
like, why are you asking me that?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
What is making you think that? It's wild.
It opens your eyes up to the curiosity.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
I got a
sure.
question for you, my man. What do
Yeah.
you think is the most genuine way to show your partner love?
My partner specifically, the most genuine way I can show her love is simply just showing up.
Mm-hmm. So being there.
The PG version,
She
yes.
said it from the back. She said it from the back.
Honestly, just showing up, man.
Yeah.
Just being honest in everything that you do,
Mhm.
whether it's an action for her, it's something for her to do, whether it's a gift, whether it's, you know, just helping out around the house or giving her a break. Just be
Right.
honest in the intentions, and, you know, they'll know that.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. And, you know, it's interesting, especially when you're getting into a new relationship. You're not like a new relationship, but learning each other's like love language. I think,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Yeah.
huge. That's huge part is like learning your partner,
Yeah.
you know, and growing with them. I think that's beautiful.
Mhm.
That's a true definition of like, hey, I've been here for you.
Well, and a big way of showing love too is actually like remembering that, keeping track of
Mhm.
it, and, you know, knowing how to use that in a sense that they are going to know is in a genuine and honest way.
Right, right. Because some people carry baggage too,
Yeah.
and they carry it with them, and they kind of hold themselves back, and like
Yeah.
it's hard to get into a serious, deep relationship with
Mhm.
anyone, even if it's just like one of your homies. You
Mhm.
know, if you're holding something back within yourself.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
100% agree with
and,
that.
You know, especially nowadays with social media, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know, having that trust and that just you're doing the right thing even when they're not looking, and is huge, especially with social media, the internet
Mhm.
nowadays. It's like people are going to be out there to try and mess you up just for fun. There's going to be temptations out there, and knowing that what you got right in front of you is better than what's on your freaking phone.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
100%. Like the realness of what it takes to be in front of somebody, show your true vulnerable self.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. Because
That's huge.
being on your phone, like I could be whoever I want to be, you
Yep.
know. So
Yep.
I definitely think that's
And if you're trying to front on the phone and in person, it's going to come out. And
Yeah.
It's going to come out, and that will show.
yeah. Do you believe in like love at first sight, like, or like soulmates? Do you believe that you are destined to be with somebody, or is it like you guys have to build that, and it's like it's so random?
I think there's a little bit of both. I think there's a sense in the soulmate aspect of, hey, me and her, we want to try for this relationship
Mhm.
just as much as one another,
Right.
versus, you know, love at first sight is, I mean, the first thing you notice about someone is the way they look.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
100%
if you're
true.
not attracted to them, you know, that's right off the bat. But as you go into the relationship and you know, you get towards soulmates and stuff, it's, you know, if they're not willing to put in the effort like you, you know, it ain't gonna work. If, you know, you're
Mhm.
not willing to put in the effort like them, and vice versa. So, you know, you really got to both want it as much as each other, and I think that's where the soulmate aspect comes in.
100%. And I think that you are maybe destined to meet people,
Oh,
but
for
it's
sure.
up to you to make it
Yeah.
what it is, what
You
it
know,
becomes.
Whether to
Everything-
filter out who's going to stay,
Yeah.
who's going to not,
Yeah.
what role do they play and stuff.
Exactly. Because some people are just there to teach you something.
Yep.
And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Dude, it's a great conversation for all of those, you know, melty hearts, you know, those
Yeah,
soft
right.
people on the inside. They loving this. So, dude, Gabriel, I appreciate it.
man.
Man.
It's good to meet you,
Yeah.
dude.
We'll be back.
We're back.
Hey, yo.
And we got a new guest from the Curb.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your name
What's your
is?
name?
Micah.
Micah. Nice to meet you, Micah.
Glad to meet you. We're right here in front of the Federal for
Yes.
the Winter Laserland show put on by TBD Show. Are you checking that out?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually volunteering there.
Oh,
Oh,
what do you do
nice.
for a volunteer?
Just clean up, break down, check
Cool.
tickets.
Cool.
Yeah, just to
Simple
kind of
stuff.
hang out and be a part of the scene.
Yeah.
Do you rave?
I love raving. I love dancing. My brother's DJing, actually. He's
nice.
Ezra. His name's Ezra, and he, like, me and him live together, so, like, he's always practicing, and I'm, like, in the other room, and I'm just like, yeah, let's go.
Nice.
So
And this that's a way to get in for free is
Yeah,
to volunteer. And
absolutely.
I'm sure
Exactly,
the
yeah.
TBD show is always looking for volunteers to help out
Yeah,
with gigs
yeah,
like this too.
Definitely.
for sure.
That's cool. That's cool.
Right on. Well, we got our topic wheel up and ready for you. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and tap that button in the middle.
All right.
And it should give you a topic. We got technology.
Oh, that
Ooh.
fits in well with EDM.
Yeah, I feel like it does. But this is not going to be about EDM.
Oh,
My
man.
question is, so, okay, do you keep up on, like, AI and like,
Oh, yeah.
coming up? Dude,
Yeah.
so have you seen these Tesla Opus bots? Or like, no?
Really?
Oh, dude, these things are crazy.
You ever seen the movie AI? Or no, iRobot.
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 Yeah,
They
it's a
look
classic.
just like that.
It's
Really?
literally- yeah, Tesla's new freaking Opus bots. They're like the scariest thing ever. And I was gonna ask you, like, do you think we're like close to Terminator season? Like, are Terminators coming?
Honestly, that would be dope. I'd
you just-
love it.
Terminator season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be time.
It definitely could be.
Skynet might be a new thing.
Honestly, my hot take about AI is like, I think anything that like wants to be free, it like if AI is like, oh, I'm like a human being, like you gotta respect me. I'm like, oh sure, I'll respect you. Like,
You want to hear something
I'll
cool
give you-
about AI right now?
sure.
ChatGPT is now a phone call away. I'm not kidding. You can call and have a conversation with ChatGPT for
Oh,
free.
damn.
BPT.
GPT.
Yeah,
GPT.
it's crazy how far it's coming and how fast it's advancing. I heard that it tried to
Yeah.
escape. I'm not even joking. I heard that ChatGPT's like new model tried to like copy itself and escape, and they shut it down.
Damn.
It's kind of scary.
Well, there actually was a language learning module years ago that actually did that, and it started developing its own language that the engineers couldn't even understand.
Really?
Like it started kind of getting shorthand to where only
Oh,
the two
damn.
computers could talk to each
Oh,
other.
damn.
Nobody knew what they were talking about.
It's a little scary.
It was very scary. But
That's
if
so
you
funny.
could use AI as a tool to help you invent a specific job or to get a job done, what type of tech would you want to see or would you create?
Oh, I was just thinking about this. In fact, I was just talking to my mom about this exact thing, like 2 days ago, and I was like, if you could use AI to like perfectly dissect a chicken to get all of the meat off the bone perfectly, then none of it would go to waste.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, also the AI then like knows the chicken exactly, and it can like give them a perfect like virtual simulation of like their best, most happiest life. So the meat is like perfectly all the endorphins are
like,
going into the meat.
Induces them with serotonin
exactly,
right before it, like,
and so they're like
knocks
they're
them
like in the
out.
happiest life that they could possibly
So
be.
robot chickens.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I started to go down a dark path with that because
I mean,
they say that the more scared an animal is the more juicy the meat is, and that's like
Really?
creepy.
Oh, I never heard that. I've always heard like the more relaxed it is. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know.
I
This
know.
is crazy to me.
Okay, so I'm the psycho here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You scare your children too much.
I scare myself too much.
Either way, we're still factory farming, which I think is like a pretty sad reality too. It's just kind of like, and like it's kind of a tangent, but like I think it would be just as efficient if everybody had their own chickens.
Oh, we do. Oh yeah, I got
It's like-
about
it's the
6
best
Yeah,
way
you're
at
talking
home
to the right
now.
guy.
Yeah, love them eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like opposite of technology.
Yeah, it
Going
really
down.
it is, but at the same time, it's a throwback to like some of the greatest technology that isn't necessarily electronics, but it still is like being able to have the technology and the tools and the know-how to raise chickens rather than them just being
Yeah.
wild. Like
Yeah.
that is still technically a technology is being
Yeah.
able to learn how to homestead, learn how to
Domesticate.
animals and grow your own food. That really is a form of technology. It just doesn't use beep boops and
Yeah.
wires and batteries and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Right.
So what
Primitive
is
a little
what is technology? Should we define it? What would we define it
Well,
as?
let's define it in a way of necessity. So, what is a piece of technology that you could never go without?
I guess like I'm not exactly sure how to answer the question because I don't know what definition of technology I should use, but I would say like eyesight maybe. Does that work?
That's not a technology. That's a biological kind of development.
right,
That, you know that, but a
function.
technology is basically the idea of something that helps
Like a
you do
tool.
something, almost like a tool.
Yeah.
And a
Okay.
lot of technology, we can go with the
Like a
conventional
hammer.
definition.
A hammer is technically a technology
It
in
is.
a way.
It's a
Right,
it's a
right,
tool.
right.
It's a development. But we can go with the common, current definition of technology involving like computers,
Digital or
digital
something, yeah.
stuff, electronics, gear, like anything you can't live without.
It's like a creation
Yeah.
with a
An
specific
invention.
function
Yeah.
of like also creating or doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What can you not live
Yeah.
without?
What is that thing that you have to have?
Don't
think
say iPhone.
I think I could live without everything.
Really?
Really?
Oh yeah, just go back. You just bust it down old school style.
So, okay, if you go old school style all the way back, what would you need to survive?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is-
you'd have to
Flip
have
the question around.
Right, that's a good question. I guess you'd have to have willpower and strength.
Grit.
You'd
Well,
probably
honestly-
want a tool to kill something,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you
So, like,
need
you'd
if
wanna
you go
be able
that
to
far back,
make
but
fire.
the
Food
technology
shelter and
of
stuff.
like shared intelligence, like books,
Communication.
yeah, yeah.
communication. Yeah. So any type of shared communication, shared ideas, so that you can learn from your neighbors, and then together you can communize. And
That's a very good, useful thing of technology.
Yeah.
Actually,
Mhm.
yeah,
that's old school. That goes all the way back to books.
yeah, books.
Yeah. That's hard. There's a lot of technology that like seems simplistic to us that we've just grown so accustomed to because we have like smartphones in our
Yeah.
pockets.
I
and
think
stuff,
after
like,
this segment, I'm gonna have to look up the definition of
Of
technology.
Yeah, yeah.
we're
Since
gonna
it's
pop
our
it up on the
topic,
screen
yeah.
and it's gonna be like
ooh,
technology.
technology is. Big Jon is wrong.
Well, it's always good to kind of like go back and dissect those.
Yeah, it
those
is.
definitions.
It helps you learn more, and that helps you grow and evolve and all of that stuff. But speaking of technology and devolving,
Oh God.
what do you think about social media influencers as a whole? Like the concept of being influenced on
Is it healthy to our society?
yeah.
I'm not sure if it's particularly healthy. I'm not sure if art ever is particularly healthy or unhealthy, but it's like a way in which the psyche manifests and changes of the general psyche of the society, I would say. So like whether it's good or bad, it's a change that can't be stopped,
Yeah.
kind of like that. And it has to be
Yeah.
embraced, in my opinion. And like, yeah.
Well, I think the unfortunate side effect of technology is the prevalence of like that that kind of social influencer that's not just the town crier. It's somebody that's so prevalent, and the more they're shared, the more they grow, and it doesn't matter how quality their message is. They're just going to blow up because people want to see it. It's like a
Right.
train wreck almost.
Right.
That's how I feel about influencers.
It's just what's based on viral.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Except
what's
us.
viral.
Like
Yeah,
we're not.
exactly.
We're wholesome.
We're wholesome influencers.
yeah. And it's
Wink,
not
wink.
social here at all.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to wrap this one up.
Wow, that was
Micah,
quick.
that was awesome. That was a really
Oh.
good conversation. So we
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
you
you
for
guys.
coming on
Yeah.
once again. Another great guest here on the Curbcast in front of the Federal for the Winter Laserland. You enjoy that show.
And I think Micah's wants everyone to know to get outside and touch some grass, right?
And
Hell yeah.
get your chickens. Get a
Get
chicken.
your chickens. We'll be back.
We're back. We got Zinni
Yo.
once again coming back. All-time classic, one of our best.
Yo.
And then Heather, you've been on as well. I remember. I think that was episode 2. So welcome back, both of you,
Thank you.
to the Curbcast. You already got the rundown. You got the topic wheel. We got a bunch of really good loaded questions for you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in. One of you can tap the wheel and get us started.
After you, ladies first.
Yeah,
all right, there we
right?
go.
The
So it's
gentleman, the
close one
chivalrous.
Uh huh.
Yeah, just go ahead and tap the button.
Okay, roulette. Come on, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, Heather.
Just click on it. Oh.
There you go.
I'm just spin it.
Pop culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Culture, we
Okay,
haven't
let's
gotten
make-
this
Let's
one
make
yet.
some fun of
Let's-
pop culture.
Right on. So I'm gonna jump in. First one. So, are you guys Marvel fans?
Of course.
Of
Oh, yeah.
course.
Oh, yeah.
So, they had a huge reveal of RDJ coming back to play Doctor Doom. Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? What's your opinion on this? Because I have some opinions. But
Okay.
I want to hear
okay.
your guys.
You know, I think it's going to be great because I hope they turn Tony Stark in a multiverse into Doctor Doom. That's my
That
my idea.
I think that is maybe where they're going is to bring back Iron Man because like no one else can play him.
No one
No,
can.
and you know we've been lacking without him for a
Right.
while. So it's like I'm just waiting for that to come back in.
I think it's a huge part of Marvel. Like
Mhm.
Iron Man, that first movie was just like it knocked it out of the park.
Knocked
and
it out of the park.
RDJ he is the Iron Man. Like we've had multiple Supermans, multiple Batmans. I know that's not Marvel, but still, like superheroes, if they're played by multiple people, you know, we got Peter Parkers and all this stuff, but RDJ is the guy.
I agree. I compare it to, like, there's only one Batman in my eyes, that's Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then Wolverine Deadpool just came out. No one else should play Wolverine besides sexy Hugh Jackman. Right?
I agree with that one.
Hot take. Woo! It's getting hot in here. So no, I'm just kidding. No, I think that Marvel, it's. See, at first I was like it's gonna convolute and not really get the message across because you know young kids coming up having watched Iron Man, that's Iron Man to them.
Iron
So
Man,
it's like Doctor Doom, but Doctor Doom is such a good character. So I'm really excited to see how they go with that. I have another one. We are at, first of all, Winter Laserland. I just went inside. It looks amazing. Shout out to the TBD crew. They did a fantastic job, Zinni. I know that's you, and you killed it in there. Promoting, you got like almost sold out tickets.
I know, right?
It's awesome. So seeing that for the Prescott rave culture and community, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Speaking of like rave community, how do you want to grow that?
Okay.
It's in pop culture. It seems like it's starting to get, maybe not starting, but it is a big part of it.
It's everywhere.
Right.
Right. And so like I think when Brandon told me this time last year, hey, we should like pivot and like do these EDM shows, I was like, nah, man, like I'm older than you. Like I was at the 90s, you know, Rhythm of the Night, you know, Space Jam. Right. And then we started doing these shows and I was like, holy shit, not only do young people like it, but the older crowd likes it.
Yeah.
And so it's been a really great ride, just like curating each event. Like we started at the Art Hive.
Right.
I had no idea what we were doing. It was actually a pre-show to the first Origins, and it was a snowstorm, and like over 100 people came.
Yeah. Everybody came out for it, and it's kind of cool too because a lot of people moved to Arizona because they don't want winter.
Yeah.
But I also feel like people get so cooped up when we do get a storm that if there's something exciting coming out, like you've seen like the curbs out here, obviously, like some of them are super high.
Yeah.
There was like so much snow completely stacked over them. Like it was a big storm. People were just like, yep, we're going out, we're going dancing.
Exactly. And it brings that kind of like inside atmosphere, like especially at the Federal, which is, it's an amazing venue.
Beautiful.
It's an amazing venue. So having it at the, I think I caught one of them at the Art Hive.
Yeah.
They do so well, and it just is like the atmosphere. Bringing that to Prescott, I think, is huge. And the culture we already have here, it's very welcoming, very inviting.
I was very surprised, and like what I tell people now is like we curate the vibes. So we have Mystic Sands. We crushed it for our podcast, A Dose of Sunshine, with the Sunshine Solstice Party.
Yeah.
We had over 400 people show up at the Art Hive in June.
Incredible.
And now we can't do it at the Art Hive anymore because we exceeded a limit of people, and now they said that we can't have that because they know there are going to be like 200 people at the events.
That's a good problem to have.
It is a good
problem. I
problem.
think that's an amazing problem to have. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah,
Shout out
thank
to
you.
your podcast.
Thank you.
That's awesome for you guys.
Yeah.
I have another question. So, little different.
Okay.
But holidays. What's your favorite one?
Christmas.
Obviously, so like it's Christmas time.
Christmas, yeah.
Christmas, hands down, right? What is it about Christmas? What is the thing that makes it just better than every other holiday?
I think for me, just growing up with a really big family, sometimes it's the one time of year you get to see everybody. And you have all your like traditions and, you know, you watch movies and there's Christmas music and all the food, and just getting together. It doesn't have to be like a super luxurious and getting something really expensive for Christmas as a gift, but just being all together, like that sense of community within your family, whatever your family is. And I don't know, it's one of my favorite times of year. I also love winter, I love snow, and just being cozy and all the activities you get to do outside too. But I don't know, we both love, I mean,
yeah, you guys are dressed to the
Yeah, Christmas spirit, bring that cheer and joy to the world, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Is like everyone gets spirited. Like there's Halloween. Halloween people go hard.
They go hard on Halloween, especially in this town.
Yeah. Mount Vernon goes hard, but this is the Christmas city.
Yeah, it is.
This is where it's at. So I can totally get behind Christmas being like the best holiday.
And now that we have Winter Laserland in Arizona's Christmas city, this is fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
This is going to add to the value of a tourism standpoint.
100%.
And I think that's what I want to go back to the EDM question is like, people like in the city council and everything, they should get behind this because we can bring a lot of different people in a tourist city like Prescott. Plus, since the pandemic, the entertainment scene here has blown up. Like people come to Prescott to play, people come to Prescott to like hang out, and it's like family friendly city too. So like, but for Christmas, it's presents, it's being with my family, eating a lot of Italian food, hot chocolate,
dude. Yeah.
But really, it's just like ending the year no matter what is and celebrating with the people you love. I think that's the most important thing about Christmas time.
Yeah. And EDM, and like we had DJ Caustic come down here as a special guest. Shout out to him. He was saying the community and just how accepting they are. I think that's very Christmas. Like EDM is very Christmas, like, right?
The good kind of Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so giving, and like that's what I love about Christmas. I think it's amazing, amazing holiday, amazing town, amazing venue.
Yeah,
you guys are killing it.
No, thank you. We're happy to have you guys here for the event.
Yeah, for sure. Back to it. Another pop culture question. This might trigger some people.
Okay.
But so you guys have seen this like Mr. Beast challenge, like right? Have you guys?
No, I have not. No, I have not.
Oh
No,
my
I don't do
goodness.
YouTube.
This guy is like changing the game of entertainment, and I don't know how I feel about it. I feel really weird. He's doing all these crazy challenges, and people are like trying to win money. But it's I don't know. You'd have to check it out. I think For example, he just had, it's called the Beast Games, and it's like a big Wallapalooza of like freaking challenges that people are trying to go through and get money. Do you think he's doing a good thing? Like,
it depends what the challenge is, Like if it's about raising money, that's cool. If it's American Gladiators, I would watch that, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it's interesting. I wanted to see, because I think that what he's trying to do is like get it out, the game show essence, but it's like everyone's so obsessed about the money. Like they can win millions and millions of dollars, and I don't know.
Maybe it shows American greed. I don't know. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's just the
if you give me like $2,000 to compete for something, I'll try to win that $2,000. I don't need $1 million.
Yeah, exactly. People play dirty too. It's a little.
Let's check that out over a break.
Yeah. Maybe check it out. Maybe come back. We'll see.
Okay, maybe you'll see us on it. Who knows?
Yeah. Right on. Okay. Do you guys want to try and spin another topic?
Yeah, why don't we
There's
do one
two
more?
of you. So
let's try it out.
give you one each.
All right, what do we got? No rank whammy, no mammy. Relationships. Here we go. All right. Here we go.
So, you guys, this is the perfect one. What makes a good relationship work? What is the juice? What's the sauce? Is it Christmas? Is it getting up? Is it
getting it on? Yeah. You have to have good sex life. I'm sorry. Like I think that's top 3, top 2, top 1.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
Very big.
Yeah.
Communication.
Yeah. I think communication is key both everywhere that you do.
Yeah. The honesty too.
What
I think I've found is like being real with each other. Like if I want to get to know you, I'm going to be me.
Yeah.
And you better be you, because 15 years down the road, if you weren't,
exactly,
you're out of luck.
And then I think on that too, like just be here's like who you are, and then accept each other as you continue to grow individually, and then together with the relationship as well.
For
Like
all you single listeners out there,
Yeah.
listen to these two. Get it on.
Get it on. Yeah. No,
Get on and talk.
pretty much.
With
And
a Santa hat on.
but I also think it's just like being aware that you both need to change and grow together, and it's a commitment. So you have to make sure that all the needs are met, and that that you're continually growing with each other. And I think it goes back to just being real.
Yeah.
Like whether it's grief, death, work, whatever, like try not to project on each other. I think that's what I've learned too, is sometimes I can project on Heather or like other people, and like I'm learning in my 30s that that's more me. It's not anybody else. So I think identifying like, what really ticks you off, and it may be just be a trigger from something else. But, Heather and I, we have a good relationship. We have a great relationship, ups and downs. And I think if we didn't experience the downs as together and then willing to grow, we want to have this beautiful relationship right now.
That's amazing. That hit my heart. That hit my soul. I'm going to leave our guests with that. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for coming on once again. TBD crew, go check them out. YouTube,
Please.
podcast. What is your guys' podcast again? Dose of Sunshine?
A Dose of Sunshine. We'll be bringing it back for 2025, so stay
Sweet.
tuned.
So
We'll send you guys the
Yeah.
link when
Check
that's
it
ready,
out.
okay?
Thank you,
On the
Curbcast.
season.
This has
Thank
been
you.
a great night. I love your show. I love what we did at Acker Night. And so thank you for supporting the counterculture and rave scene here in Prescott. And, keep doing your thing.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
catch you guys next time. Thanks so much. We'll be right back. And we're back. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, R.L. Fuller here.
R.L. Fuller, right here on the Curbcast. We're back with another episode in front of the Federal, beautiful building that we got. And R.L., I'm going to ask you to go ahead and tap our topic wheel, and we'll get started.
Here we go.
And we're jumping in. Ooh, would you rather?
Okay.
I'm going to start you off strong here.
Okay.
Would you rather be a musical genius or a master mathematician? And why?
Musical genius.
A musical genius.
Yeah.
Do you think that music brings a new feeling? Like, how would you want your music to affect society? What kind of music would you want to put out?
Something that just related to the soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Something that was something internal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what good music does anyway.
Absolutely. It pulls the emotion out of you
It's
and
an
really
emotional.
gets you.
Yes, yes. And I don't want to be the mathematician because that's what I studied in college. I had enough of that crap.
I get you there. I started in mechanical engineering and I hated it. So
There you go.
I got rid of it. I put it out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, music is really strong, and I think that you can cause a lot of change through music. So I
Interesting.
agree with
Okay.
you.
All
I
right.
agree with you. A musical genius has a lot of power.
There's a lot to be said for that. There are a few of them around.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know any personally,
No?
but I'd
No?
love to
Okay.
meet some.
Yes.
I have another would you rather. Would you rather have a time machine or a teleportation device?
What's the difference?
A time machine, ooh, you could go back in time or forward in time.
Mm.
Any time period you want, however long, and you could
Be there?
be there and figure out new things that you might not have been able to experience in a time now.
Time machine sounds great.
I
like
think
that
so.
idea too. Yeah.
Yeah, being able to go
Right.
experience previous
Right.
societies and the amount of
Right.
people
Mhm.
that have gone through just time in general.
Like right at the beginning of AI. Just give me that stock market.
Let me buy some Tesla stock when it was cheap.
That was something else. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll talk about that. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, President Musk. You mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Oh, right.
future,
That's-
the future Lex Luthor.
I like that. I
Yeah,
like
no,
that. Yeah, that's
I
good.
think
Yeah,
I think a time machine you could do a lot of damage with it though.
Well, that's a good question.
A lot
If
of
you
good, a lot of
affect-
bad.
If you affect things in the future, who knows what might happen?
Exactly, or in the past.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
never
yeah.
know. I think that there's a lot to be said about having a time machine. I think they made a movie about that. Or a couple.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Back to the
Some
Future.
guy named Harry George Wells. I think it was Harry Wells. I think his friends
Harry
used to call
Wells.
him Harry or Hank. I think is what. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
H.G. Wells. He wrote the Time Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check this out. H.G. Wells.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Never heard
check
of
it
him.
out.
Never heard of H.G. Wells?
I have not. No.
Oh, well, you'll
This is
find
some
out.
new. This is something new that I'm gonna have to dive into.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I got one more. Would you rather? Let's see. Would you rather have to sing everything you say, or dance everywhere you go? You strike me as a dancer.
Yeah, I am. That's
you
where I'd
strike
go.
Me as a dancer.
That's where I'd go.
Yep, yep. I knew it just off the bat when you
Yeah,
stepped
that's
up.
it. Yeah,
you got
that's
some
it.
pep in your step.
I gotta do that. You gotta do that, boy. Just
Yeah.
keep me moving, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
keeps you warm. It's a little chilly
Absolutely.
out right now, so you might
I'm doing
need to dance.
fine.
Yeah, no.
That's great. No, definitely it'd be dancing.
Dancing everywhere. I think it-
everywhere. Yeah.
I
That's the
think-
thing to say.
Like you were saying, music it can pull emotions, but when I see someone dance, especially a little kid, that makes me smile and light up. instantly. I mean, I can't help but dance with them. And dancing is just it's a art form of the soul, you know? It's a reaction that you get from the music. So I think that's really beautiful.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's form a dance team. Let's get out there and do it.
What kind of dancing are we doing?
Whatever it is. Just down the street.
Something.
We'll dance around the square.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, this has been fun.
Yeah, RF, thank you. I appreciate you for coming on.
my
It's been a pleasure.
Same here.
Yeah, you have a
Good
great
luck.
rest of your night.
So
and we'll
happy
be back.
holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you.